system or the prison system in Georgia and shit, know that like Georgia is one of the worst prison systems in the US. That shit so full, it's so backed up, man, that they ain't even got beds for people in that shit. I promise it's the craziest shit ever. And like Georgia's like the #2 in the US for like rising gang activity in the United States. That's why the dude I keep forgetting, Brian Kemp or whatever, he the one that got that shit with like, you catch a gun charge and you gang related to some shit, your shit going fed 9 times out of 10, cause they having a war on guns and gangs and shit. But they got so many niggas locked up in Georgia and so many in chain gang, everybody banging. See what I'm saying? And it's like that shit fall over into the street, that shit fall over into the jails, and now it's niggas that done been in the system so much because of probation and shit, and they keep going back. It's just a vicious ass cycle that now the jail is joining out. Niggas is in jail with the same shit they having in chain gang now, cause it's just like that, and shit just done this shit just overrun. But niggas done took over the chain gang though. You feel what I'm saying? Inmates and shit run the chain gang. That's what motherfuckers don't know. Cause shit, you just leave them in there and they create their own ecosystem and shit. It's big fishes. A lot of alpha males, that's where they quarantine them at. The ones that's rebellious and gonna do what the fuck they wanna do and can't be told. And yeah, you know, that what the fuck the system made for anyway though. But like, yeah, that shit was a crazy ass experience for real. But like, it used to be a lot of shit that got covered up, man. Like it'd be times where like I was telling you, we ain't had clean water for a week. That shit was brown for 5, 6, 7 days, dog. Like you bathing in this shit, all that, and they ain't let man. I'm talking about we'll buck sometimes and just like won't lock down and shit like that. It done been times we had a standoff. We had a standoff with the police cause they used to keep us on 20-hour lockdown. We was on the out for 4 hours a day. The rest of the time we in the cell that's like 12 by 18. Nah, hell nah. It's like 12 by 8 feet, like a little small closet, and you sharing that shit with a nigga. You just gotta fucking hope you bump, man. I end up being with the hardest nigga ever. He sits over. Shout out to Q. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother now. Cause we went through that shit together and we slid together. You feel what I'm saying? Like when we bucked the lockdown shit, we risking catching charges. They talking about putting obstruction charges on us, inciting the riot. Like we had done bucked so much. I used to try to fall back because they were saying they were gonna hit me with inciting the riot. But it was crazy because we in there catching corona shit. Y'all won't give us masks and shit. Man, we done had to grab the police up and everything. Police getting punched out and ain't nobody get charged because they making so much money out the facility I was at, because it's a county jail that double as a federal holding facility. So they got a contract with the marshal, so they get a check for just housing us there, the federal inmates and shit. So they don't be wanting the feds to find out that like, man, our jail full of drugs, all the inmates smoking, we can't even stop it. They breaking the lights and shit and popping. Y'all know how to make wicks and shit, nigga that's connected to this shit. Cause anybody that's gang banging for real and all that shit in the South, like that shit probably through the chain gang. They got chain gang ties. You know what I'm saying? Lord. So it's just like niggas that know what I'm talking about, like making wicks and shit. Like man, we smoking so much in here, niggas getting pulled out and stabbed in here and everything, and niggas don't be going to the hospital sometimes about shit. They ain't letting you leave the jail. It used to be crazy as fuck. That shit was a crazy experience. And I got a brother that done been on the road for 10 years at all level 5, gladiator school. You know what I'm saying? That this man telling me like, boy, you just did some hard time, boy. Boy, you just did all that shit in the jail. You see what I'm saying? But you ain't moving